So, today we are playing a game called Bloody Painter Dating Sim. And this is basically a dark romance dating sim. If you're familiar with creepypasta, you will know that the Bloody Painter is one of the creepypasta characters. So this is basically a play on that story. There is a YouTube video that goes along with this. It's kind of like a prequel type thing that tells you the story of the Bloody Painter. I'll see if I can find that, and then I'll put the link in the description, so if you want to watch that, you can watch that. But I thought this was unique to me, so I figured why not we put and see what happens. Alright, there are trigger warnings in the very beginning. Basically blood, gore, possibility of dying. I mean, it's dark romance about a serial Unaliver. So, I mean, you know. But anyway, if you're not related to stuff, you don't have to watch this. You can come back later, and see what else I'm doing. Otherwise, hi, welcome, Hope and Defense. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. With a severe headache, you wake up in an unfamiliar place. As you touch the bruise in the back of your head, it seems you were hit by something heavy before you lost consciousness. A heavy iron chain tied around your feet. Someone strapped you well. You try to remember what happened before you lost consciousness, but you can't recall anything. Let's investigate the surroundings. Well, there's a cell phone, so let's go for that first. No, sir. I might be in a remote place or underground. Where to investigate next? Door. He peeks through the keyhole, but you see nothing outside. Okay. I wonder where I am. Where to investigate next? Wow. The room is surrounded by 4 walls without any window. It's weirdly cleaned up. It's weirdly cleaned up and no ash or sand can be seen. Looks like a prison built by a germaphobe. To investigate next. Head walk around, we did the cell phone, we did the door. Mattress? There's a mattress on the floor. The mattress feels really hard to lie on. What to investigate next? One thing left is the mantle. Near the door, there was a serving of spaghetti with tomato sauce and a bottle of water. Also, a round plastic fork that's completely harmless. Was thoughtfully attached. Can you give us a spork? A plastic spork. It still feels warm. It feels like it was set here not too long. Oh, okay, whatever. Where to investigate next? Oh, that was everything. So let's end the investigation. Yes. What's the next move? That's listen. You can't hear any sound other than your own breathing. Soundproofing in this room seems pretty good. I guess you can try yelling for help? Oh, nobody answers. Then distract them too. I'll have a knuckle with meal because we might need that later. Even if it is thumbed. So, let's go sleep. We lay on the bed. And you try to sleep under this condition. Maybe it's the fatigue caused by the nervousness, but you still fall asleep. You open your eyes after hearing some noises. A tall man wearing a mask is squatting on the ground and looking at you with his head tilted. He remains silent as if he is sizing up his prey. He points to the plate on the floor like indicating that you should finish your meal quickly. Thinking that the strange man might have poisoned the meal, you shake your head in fear. Seeing you have no intention of eating, he looks quite distressed. How do you tell? He's wearing that creepy mask.
You can't die. Not now.
He slowly speaks with a deep and steady voice.
The freezer is full.
What does that mean?
The freezer is full, and there's no space for more. 7 days.
He pauses and thinks.
There won't be space until 7 days later. If you die now, you'll rot.
14 means so I only have 7 days left to live. He nods and walks out of the door. Oh hey, you can't just leave me here like this. Please. Your cries can't stop the door from closing. Day 1. Night. Let's investigate surroundings. Door. You peek outside from the keyhole. You see the shadow of the man walking around seems to be busy with something. What is he doing? Meal. Hey. We get my spaghetti. And then bread and water. Not cool. Match it. We should go to sleep. Please try to improve your survival rate within 7 days. Day 2, morning. Let's investigate and look around. Door. You check the keyhole. You seem to see something. You see that there is a vague figure at the end of the door. I don't look right. I don't open it all. Let's just observe quietly. You sense something wrong and realize what that is after narrowing your eyes. That is an artwork made of the human body, not a human being. Ah! You hear the door open. You slowly push the door and there is no trace of the stranger man. First, you go into a room with a large research sink and operating table. Then, you open another heavy door. You find yourself in a room filled with glass display jars. These jars are all filled with specimens made from human body parts. It's like you're in an art museum. Could it be that he wanted to freeze me as a material for specimen artwork? You're thinking. In the scene was seen. Moon. Let's check the stuff out and admire the artwork. You look around and admire this work with relish. You look at them for 15 minutes straight.
Interesting.
And you hear a voice coming from the corner. It turns out the man that's been watching you from the blind spot behind the glass cabinet. I like them. They're so beautiful. The man goes silent with his head tilted for a couple seconds. After hearing your comment, he seems to be thinking about something.
Don't you consider it cruel or bloodthirsty to them?
No, I feel nothing at all.
You're such a weirdo.
He's calling me a weirdo. Don't think, aren't you talking about yourself? See, even the main character thinks the same thing. After you have a tour in his display room, he moves you back in the small room you were in. You go to sleep to end the day. His survival rate increases. Liking his art wasn't a good idea. Day 3, night. Until noon, you don't see breakfast or lunch being delivered. You're already starving. You're waiting for him to bring dinner, but what you get is not dinner. Instead, you hear the door was open. A light shines through the crack of the half-open door, looking like an intriguing invitation. You open the door and walk into that light. You first arrive at the room with an operating table outside the door. But this time, the operating table is not empty. There's a defrosting human corpse on it. The man pops out of somewhere. He unties the iron chains from your feet and hands the surgical knife in his hand to you.
First, where do you think the first cut should be?
Hello. Okay. His voice don't sound cold, like the kind of a teacher who gives students hard questions on purpose. Well, what is the corpse? I honestly don't think that either of those is gonna turn out well. Maybe beautiful work always comes with some sacrifices. Without hesitation, you stab the abdomen of the corpse with a knife. But due to the lack of professionalism, the lines you cut are crooked, ugly. Well, this is when he gets close behind your back and holds your hands. Well, you're both holding a surgical knife like you two are cutting a cake together. With his hand, the lines you cut become smooth and clean. Dope. Even throughout ocean perfume undid how close you are. It seems to be sprayed to cover up the smell of watermelon. That's kind of romantic. He felt sure it's warm with your back, but his fingers are a little cool. He's focusing on the cutting, the corpse, and your hand keeps moving under his blade. He could have killed you, or ignored you, but he didn't. He started to speculate on the purpose of his behaviors. Could it be that he wants someone who can ignore the cruelty and process and understand him? You think, after the happy creative time, then you're locked in the room and you go to sleep. Tempted. Hey, did we ever get done? I mean, did he just not feed us up all that day so he could have happy creative time? Because that's not cool. He needs to feed us. Day 4. Until noon, you don't see breakfast or lunch being delivered. You're already starving. Well, yeah, 'cause you never finished yesterday. We notice that something is shining the corner. A key. It seems like the man accidentally dropped it last night. You open the door with the key. You go past the operating table where you two spent creative time together last night. The display room. Then you discover there are unnatural and uneven marks from one wall to the other, to the corner. You find a trapdoor. After pushing the trapdoor, you see a normal basement storage room. At the corner of the storage room, you see a stair that go up. It turns out that this is really an underground secret room, hidden layer by layer with trapdoor. No wonder the sound insulation is so good. You walk up the stairs and see a heavy wooden door. You push it hard. What catches your eye is the interior of a cozy cabin. Then you realize the heavy wooden board you just pushed is the back of a bookcase. Secret bookcase. Now around you find that there are insect specimens everywhere in the cabin, and there's also a reindeer head specimen hanging on the wall. Then you walk into the living room. You see a young man with a handsome face and pale skin lying on the sofa. The ocean-scented perfume has the faint smell of melon emanates from his body. It's him. He is the masked man who kidnapped you, but he's not wearing a mask at this time. His sleeping face has a ferocious expression. His neck is sweating and he seems to be trembling. He looks sick. At this time, you decide to let's stay and take care of him. We can't bear to leave him alone, so you reach out and touch his forehead. Oh, so hot. So you try to find something that can cool him down. Let's investigate. Don't pressuring. I'm trying to find anything in the living room. The living room is spotless, clean. Where to investigate mess? Stuff. Let's get sneaky. It feels like he did them all. The workmanship of these specimens is exquisite. Where to investigate next? That is right. There's a photo frame on the shelf. It's a photo of him standing at the entrance of the Judicial Mental Hospital with a man in a doctor's room. Move on to city next. Let's just keep going down the list. Cocoa powder. There's a jar of cocoa powder and a cup on it. Let's make him a cup of cocoa. Where to investigate next? What's happening on the show? Lockbox. There's a toxic combination on the show. Why do what that would be? Where to investigate next? Oh, look at this. He finds some of his profile files on the case. Helen Otis. Gender male. Birthday October 1st, 1980. Well, let's investigate next. Well, that be his birthday to open up that locked room. I don't know, it was October 1st. Let's see. Oh, it worked. There's a note in the box saying, "Kid, I wonder what it means." The living room is spotlessly clean. Let's investigate next. Well, that was pretty much everything. Kitchen. The kitchen's spotlessly clean. Well, we're trying to find something to cool him down, so... fridge. There's some ice cubes in it. These can cool down his body temperature. And where is he to put him in? You find some clean towels on the kitchen cabinet. I can soak a towel in nice water and place it on his patient's forehead to cool him down. Okay, so let's do that. He returned to the living room, laying out the excess water from the towel, soaked in ice water, and placed it on his forehead. His ferocious expression gradually softens. He once again noticed his fair skin, long eyelashes, and his slightly curly black hair. If we don't say he's a murderer, his sleeping face looks very harmless now. After a while, he looks very shocked. He wakes up to find you scenting. Wake up to the scent of you brewing cocoa and sticks up on the couch. He looks a little shocked. I mean, yeah, yes, sir. He looks around quickly and seems to understand what is going on.
Why are you doing this?
I want to ask myself that too.
You saw me faint and didn't choose to run away. You're such a weirdo.
Yes, I am. Is there anyone weirder than you in this house? You can't help but touch about him. He seemed to see the corner of his mouth rising slightly for a few seconds, and the atmosphere between you relaxes. He doesn't drink the cocoa you brewed for him. It seems that he is still a little wary of you. Understandable. Can you tell me who you are?
Bloody painter. That's the name they gave me for my modus operandi. If you find it difficult to pronounce, you can call me BP.
Even though what he told you was just a nickname, at least you know how to call him now. After the brief conversation on the sofa, he does not argue back in the underground secret room. Perhaps saying to take care of he's so ill is enough to prove that you won't run away. You get up from the sofa and continue to look around. Look at the specimens decorating this living room. He sits on the sofa, crosses his legs, picks up a book, and starts reading.
By the way, you better not try to escape. There are traps all around the cabin, and only I know how to get in and out safely.
He'll sit on the sofa. Soon a wave of sleepiness comes over you. Today you fall asleep on the sofa in the living room, not in the cold underground heater room. Your survival rate increases. Day 5, morning. You see him busy cleaning in and out of the house early in the morning. I'll come help you too. After finishing his speaking, pick up the rag and a bucket and dump it. And shine the clean. But you can't really see where this is. Almost spotless house needs to be clean. I'm just taking a clean wet rag and wiping it on a clean cabinet. Oh. Do you usually love cleaning this much?
It would soon be covered with a layer of dust.
Don't talk. Oh, he doesn't talk much. His tone and voice give you a gentle feeling and don't make you feel nervous. You climb up the short ladder, wipe the high cabinets with a rag. Suddenly, a cockroach crawls out from the crack in the cabinet. Okay, if this house is that clean, where's the cockroach coming from? Seriously. You are so frightened that you lose your balance and fall backwards. You close your eyes. But what you get is not the pain of falling to the ground, but a warm feeling. No. You open your eyes and find that he's holding you, like you're a princess. He catches you. It's with the same cold, cold expression on his face.
Are you all right?
Perhaps to resolve the awkwardness, he asks. I'm alright. It was just a cockroach. Hearing the word cockroach, he puts you down. He takes 2 steps back from the cabinet he just wiped. And then says calmly,
Don't come near here yet.
Why?
It's dangerous.
He can't help but chuckle at the thought of a murderer being afraid of a cockroach. Fine, whatever you say. The interaction just now makes you feel a little warmth from this cold murderer. At least you see more of his reactions and expressions. This is the rare relaxation you have felt in these tense days. He could have let you fall. Could have let you fall off the ladder, but he rushed over to catch you. Somehow you feel that after these few days of getting along, maybe now you both have different ideas about each other than you originally had. There was only a clear relationship between a murderer who wanted to hunt and a prey who wanted to escape. But now it has an extra layer of friendship, causing the interaction between you to have an indescribable sense of dissonance. Just when you pick up the old newspaper and prepare to wave the windows, you find a police car parked on the road in the distance. 2 police officers get out of the car and keep looking toward the cabin. At some point, BP is already behind you, looking out the window with you.
Wait for a second.
And then he walks out of that door to talk to the police officer.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Are you Mr. Otis?
Yes, I am.
Have you ever seen these people around here? The police officer takes out some photos from his pocket.
Have these people committed a crime and are running away?
No, these people are the missing people around this area.
I haven't seen them before, but wolves and bears often appear around here.
Can we check out your cabin?
Yes, come in.
BP behaves very kindly and polite. After speaking, he leads the way to the
Please,
police officer.
follow my footsteps. I placed some traps near the cabin to protect against wild wolves and bears. You don't want to step on them.
The police officers enter the house and see you. Oh, this is...
An old friend who came to visit me recently.
You hit the police officers with a smile and nod. At the same time, a police officer quickly looks through the missing person's photos in his hand. Then he puts the photo back into his pocket. It seems that your disappearance has not been discovered by anyone yet. You stand next to the bookcase, blocking the entrance to the secret room. After searching around, you please find nothing unusual in your bed. And its trust in you increases. Today you still sleep on the couch in the living room instead of the cold basement. Half asleep, you hear the sound of someone approaching. When you notice, the person seems to be very close to you. You pretend to be asleep, and the person just looks at your sleeping face quietly. The male stretches out his hand and takes it back just as he's about to touch your hair. He turns around and leaves. Day 6 morning. They seem busy in the kitchen for a while. Then breakfast is served in front of you. There's a piece of toast with just the right crispiness on the large round plate. Poached right on top of the toast and some lettuce salad. The plating looks delicious. The drink is a cup of freshly brewed hot cocoa. You don't need more caffeine than that. The cutlery he gives you is still a round plastic fork with no offensive features. So it must work. You sit at the dining table and start eating while he sits on the chair opposite to you and slips you a book. It's still snowing outside, and listening to the squeaking sounds of the fireplace. And the atmosphere in the cabin is particularly comfortable. As long as you ignore the fact that you were in the same room with the murderer and kidnapped you, everything is really relaxing. You look at him, who is full of mysteries, and some questions arise in your mind. And you decide to ask carefully. Can I ask you a question?
What is it?
Listen gently. Let's ask about his potted plant. I saw many potted plants on the shelves in the living room, but why would they all wither?
I have tried my best. I don't know why they always die.
My sunlight. Let's see. Let's ask him later, but he's constantly reading.
Usually, I would read some anatomy and taxidermy books, but today is different.
What are you reading
The
today?
Truman Show.
No. What is the book called? Wait.
The whole world that the protagonist lives in, including himself, is all just someone's creation. Everything that happens is watched by the audience, and there is no privacy at all. But he is completely unaware that he is in such a large theater. Very ridiculous, right? I can't imagine this to happen in reality, or to me. If our world was like the Truman Show, how would the audience view the current situation?
It depends on the audience. I would say it must be exciting.
Excited? Why?
Claiming to be attracted by your charm and want to be killed by you.
Incomprehensible. But what a bunch of weirdos with good taste.
As for to tell from this poker, it's his poker face whether he's seriously ghosting or joking. Alright, let's go in for the hard question. You ask bravely. He looks up at you for a moment.
I was going to make you into some kind of doll at first. Your eyes are beautiful, but if they are left alone, they'll become rotten and sunken. So I would like to dig your eyes out and put them in a glass jar and soak them in formalin to preserve them.
There's something truly wrong with me that I find that romantic.
Glass beads will be placed in the empty eye sockets to replace the eyes. You look very pleasing to the eye, so I would also like to keep the head intact.
Thanks for the compliment.
You're welcome.
Why did we say it first? Does his mind change? You're curious, but you don't have the guts to ask any further. Let's pick up the book. Can pick up the book next to you and start flipping through. It's a book about the possibility of having a completely opposite version of yourself in a parallel world. If there's a completely opposite version of you, what do you think it would be like?
Oh, that book. Let me think. Probably a guy wearing a burgundy coat and always having a smile on his face.
Why is it a burgundy coat?
Because I like blue. If he is the opposite of me, he should like red, right?
I guess let's just end the conversation. It's day 6 noon. It's noontime. To thank you for making breakfast for me today. Let me make lunch in return. He found that it really is expression, like carving you out of your mind. Don't worry, he said there are traps outside. He said there were traps outside the house. Only you know how to get in out normally. Even if I resist you with a knife, I can't escape.
Okay, but I'll keep an eye on you. Don't try anything stupid.
Wait. As for what to cook and the ingredients, well, a bad idea flashes through your head, and curiosity makes you ask, do you eat human flesh?
No, why would I do that? I just use human bodies as materials for making art, and I never think about eating them.
I thought you murderers all had some degree of cannibalism.
Let's put it this way. Do you eat paint and painting tools? Just because I kill people to use as materials to make works doesn't mean I will eat them.
That's fair.
Also, I'm different from those who have fun committing a crime and kill purely for the sake of killing. Don't
Okay.
confuse me with that kind of unprincipled guy. I wouldn't do anything unless necessary. You are here only because you witnessed the crime scene.
I think after hearing this, she decided to let's just cook a normal dish. It makes a lot of sense. Look at the ingredients in our refrigerator now. There are eggs, tomatoes, white rice, and some curry powder. On the shelf. Okay, I decided. And you turn on the oven and start to cook. And BP watches the entire production process rather than worrying about you escaping. He's more worried about you blowing up the kitchen. Soon after, a normal curry omelet rice was served. He stares at the omelet rice without saying a word. Don't worry, there's no poison. Weren't you watching the whole process? He starts to move after you finish speaking. He takes a spoonful of the omelet rice and puts it in his mouth. What?
It's surprisingly
Amazing?
quite delicious.
What's
Nothing.
wrong?
It's just that no one has cooked for me for a long time.
I can make you more if you like. We had a fairly pleasant afternoon. Day 6, day to night.
Hey!
You're woken up from your sleep by the man. Oh, he's getting close. His face close to you and he had blue eyes staring at you. I turn. You sit up on the couch and rub your eyes.
Got to go.
Got to
I've
go.
noticed something unusual about the number of police cars patrolling nearby recently. They must have some relevant evidence and are doubting it. It is very likely there is an ambush outside. It's snowing heavily outside now, and I think it's time to leave now. Come with me or not, it's your choice.
No, this isn't safe. What do you want me to do? I'm fine with both choices, but I need you to look me in the eye and tell me what do you prefer me to. He stares
I
with his
prefer.
eyes. He hesitates to speak and looks away, looking like he's thinking about something.
If I take you with me, you might become a burden in the process. But if I don't take you, it will be even worse if you reveal my information to the police.
He calmly analyzes the situation.
So you might as well come with me.
Day 7.
Follow my footsteps.
You follow the shoe prints you lose on the snow and finally succeed in avoiding the many traps around the cabin. Just as you're walking through the forest, you hear movement behind you. Reefs. In a snowstorm, several policemen who were lying in ambush chase after you. You ignore them and keep running forward. Bang! A gunshot shoots across the sky and you feel a pain in the left calf. You're shot. He turns to look at you, as if he's considering whether to leave you. He approaches you, and he holds you in his arm. Then you feel pain in your back. The hand he is holding around you from behind has a sharp blade. It pierces your body with that sharp blade over and over again until you lose consciousness. Everything becomes dark. Until just now you realize that you chose to follow because... Oh, he and I are the same kind. You wake up from a nightmare and you are lying on a comfortable bed. You look around and find yourself in a cozy looking room with specimens hanging on the walls.
Are you alright?
The man asks as he opens the door. I'm alright. 2 years after that. That night, 2 years ago, even after you were shot in the leg, the two of you continued to run forward in the snow. Fortunately, the wind and the snow were strong enough to cover your whereabouts, so you were not caught. After that, you came to another remote mountainous area and rented another cabin to settle here.
I heard someone talk very frequently in her sleep.
I was just having a nightmare. He sits on the edge of the bed and strokes your cheeks, his forehead touching yours gently.
Don't worry, there's nothing to be afraid of.
Oh,
There's nothing more dangerous than me here.
then... Kay's right. If you're just an ordinary person, you should be worried about the murderer living under the same roof as you. Now, rather than a nightmare. But you're not an ordinary person. You were as cold-blooded and motionless as him. But you two are equally evil. But this makes you both find a sense of belonging together. Living with others made him feel uncomfortable at first. When living with a crazy person like him doesn't make him feel uncomfortable. Because you can always quickly know what the other person is thinking. And you also know clearly where the other person's boundaries is. You live under the same roof, but you don't interfere with each other. He continues to commit crimes and sometimes participate on a whim. You have each other by the shoulders, and you know that if you expose each other's crimes to the public, then you won't be finished too. So you more or less cover each other. You have a strange symbiotic relation. You have a strange symbiotic relationship where you sometimes dislike each other and sometimes deceive each other. But you don't. You also have absolute trust in each other. Two madmen keeping each other company. To good ending for Madman's house. You okay? So as you see, there's four other endings, or the three other endings, because there's four endings. And I'm pretty sure a lot of those are you dying. But if you want to check this out, I will leave a link in the description. You can play it for yourself. I really enjoyed that. So I hope you did too. And I will catch you on the next one. Bye.